guys will see it come September. Yeah, that's right. I better see it from you guys. You guys know it's not hard to be enthused about something that you love doing, and I feel that the opportunity that was laid forth by Michael and the staff that we put together, and the coaching staff and the players that we have, and the new acquisition period coming up, it's an exciting time to be a Cardinal. So I wear it on my sleeve, and I'm ready to go.
You've been in this position for roughly 2 months now. How are you taking to Arizona? What are your first impressions?
Yeah, I love it. I see mountains and sunshine every day. It's pretty cool. But no, it's a fantastic place to live. I'm just starting to get to know the area a little bit. The people have been great. I'm used to walking through the mall or a restaurant and getting probably sworn at, and here it's been all good. So people are asking for autographs. I'm like, who, me or somebody else? But no, I appreciate the warm welcome, and excited to be here, excited for my family to get here and really enjoy the community and get out in the community and make this our permanent home.
Speaking of family, your kids have grown up around football at this point. However, as a first-time head coach, do you get any extra sort of brownie points, or are you just still a boring old dad to them?
No, boring old dad. They just know that the jersey numbers change and our colors change, and they're excited to get out there.
I always remember first-time head coaches saying they're surprised by the variety of decisions that come across their desk, right? It goes far beyond football. Have you gotten a taste of that yet?
I have. I love that part of the job, honestly, because it's 5 minutes you're doing this, and then you're talking to this person, you're making this decision, and you're working on something else, and you got to be a multitasker. But I probably have a little bit of that in me, where I like a bunch of different tasks at hand. I don't want to see ADHD, but I have a little bit of that in me. But so it's cool to do a bunch of different things and deal with a bunch of different people on a daily basis. And ultimately now players have been in the building for 2 weeks, which is the best part about the job. And we're off to a good start, up and running.
I mentioned how you're part of a staff that just took the Eagles from a 4-win team to the Super Bowl in 2 years. What was most important when you first got going? What are you trying to establish now?
Yeah, we're 2 weeks in now, and I think our players already have a very clear understanding of what is expected on a day-to-day basis. And you're not really worried about the result, you're really worried about the process. So it's just like when you guys go to work, if you got a task to do or complete that day, you're not worried about the end task at 5 o'clock, you're worried about how am I going to get there. So we deem it as winning behavior and non-winning behavior, and a lot of good winning behavior in the building these last 2 weeks.
Your offensive and defensive coordinators, Drew Hensing and Nick Rawlins, how can they help accelerate the process to get this team to be a winning team?
Yeah, obviously both really good people, really good coaches. What I like to say, cutting edge mentally. The game changes continually, and you have to continually adapt and adjust to the game to get the most you can out of the players, because that's what it's all about. But just know this, everybody, when we hired a staff and coaches, if I heard the phrase, well, I've always done it like this, you're not a Cardinal. So it's been awesome, because the staff has been very collaborative, and Michael does a great job of facilitating that, Monty and his staff, and we hired the right people. I'm very comfortable and confident and excited to see those guys get on the grass next week, because we have a little mini camp going on, so get to compete a little bit, but let to see them work.
There's a lot of back and forth between you and your assistants, right?
Yes.
You encourage that, don't you?
Yeah, I absolutely do. I think competitiveness and a sense of urgency brings out the best of everybody. So I like to have a lot of back and forth, and it's not out of the norm to have multiple challenges a day from our staff.
So I want to get all philosophical here, but are you a believer that a team takes on the personality of its head coach?
I think the team takes on the personality of the team, and that's up to us to kind of lead the way, but the players ultimately take it over. And I'm very excited about the people that we have in the building right now. it's kind of cool to nudge the ball forward and let them run off with it. So I think that the team will take the personality of the team.
First mini camp for you next week. How hands-on do you plan on being throughout that process?
Very. I think I'm going to steal a couple guys' drills from them after we discuss that today. But yeah, I'm pretty hands-on now. I'm obviously sitting in a different seat now, but so I got to make sure that offense is doing the right thing too. But I'll jump into some drills and I'll get my hands dirty.
Some of the free agents you've signed so far, Kaiser White, Zach Pascal, you're familiar with those guys. That was by design, right? You like their mindset?
Yeah, it was, all of them. I mean, not just Zach and Kaiser, but a lot of guys that we added. You'll hear me first, or you'll hear me say all the time, it's about the team first and then you second. And anybody that we acquire, what we did for free agency, the draft process, which I'm sure everyone's excited about. I know I am. But they're going to be team first people. And I think that's ultimately how you build a winner. There's a lot of variables that go into winning and losing teams, but the one consistent variable is the winning teams have a bunch of good people and the losing teams don't have enough. So we're ready to get that process started.
So you mentioned the draft. What can we ask you about the draft? Some of the crazy mock drafts are out there. Do you ever grab one and just laugh? Just have a good laugh at what you're reading?
I don't. If you guys can help us out, who we should take at 3, I'm all ears. There we go. Yeah, we'll see. No, I don't. I honestly don't pay attention too much to outside mock drafts and opinions of players. We have a good process that we go through to vet all that. That's been going on for a couple months here now. But excited for next Thursday, and you guys should be too, because we got a really good plan.